Today let's talk about the VO2 test, guys, because I've been running quite a few of those here at the clinic. So I wanted to explain exactly what to expect when you come for a VO2 test and what it involves. Okay, so basically to start with, the VO2 test it measures the body's capacity of taking, transport and use oxygen for exercise purposes, for energy. So when we measure the VO2 test, we are able to understand exactly how our cardiovascular capacity is. And it's not only a test for athletes, as a lot of people may think. We have a lot of people that come and they are just looking at understanding how their cardiovascular fitness is, and this is one of the best tests, if not the best, in order to measure how your VO2 is. So basically, what happens when someone comes in? First of all, we place we fit a heart rate monitor just like this one with a strap, and although the test it doesn't take into consideration the heart rate, it will be good in order to interpret the results, finding training zones if someone wants to look into that area a little bit more. So the heart rate is just further information to add to the test result. Okay, when the kit that we use here, it's a kit that comes in this very nice and neat sort of a suitcase style kit. And one of the nice things here is that we use this machine here that is not attached to anywhere. So via Bluetooth, it connects to the software and does all the reading. Okay, so basically this device here, it will be attached to the mask, and then after obviously you have to calibrate the device, and then from there we use these straps here, and then we just fit to the person's head, just like the picture that you can see now. From there, we run the test with a few different protocols. So the most common one is the Bruce protocol, where it starts fairly slow, and that's why I say it's not only, this test doesn't only fit athletes. Anyone can do it, because the first speed is normally a very slow and paced speed, and then you're not going to start running up until the fourth stage. Eventually you may get to the point where it gets extremely hard, and that's one of the aims of the test anyway. However, if your cardiovascular capacity isn't great, you may not get to those latest stages of the test anyway. Also, if you are a runner, or if you are an athlete, or if you have good cardiovascular capacity, we may not use the Bruce protocol. We can use a graded exercise protocol, which means we will be just increasing the speed from time to time until you reach your maximum capacity. And when we talk about maximum capacity, most people will do a VO2 max, which means you go to your maximum, or until you don't want to do anymore, or until us as an exercise physiologist consider that it's not safe to continue. However, some people may reach 80% of their predicted maximum heart rate and may stop there for safety purposes. It depends on the background of the client. And what you see out of the test, a result just similar to this one that you can see on the screen now. And as I said, it's one of the best predictors of how the cardiovascular fitness is. And on top of that, anyone can do it just to get a baseline on how it is. This test can also be associated with the lactate threshold test, which is basically while the mask's fitted, we are pricking the finger and taking blood samples, and to find out exactly where the lactate threshold will be. So, but this is a topic for another video. It's just another test can be associated with the VO2. And lastly, how long it takes? It normally takes about an hour. By the time you bring the client to the room, we explain how it's gonna run. We gather a bit of a background to understand roughly how far we are predicting the client to go. And by the time you fit everything and get them to the treadmill and to finish off as well and explain the results, it should take about an hour. If there is other tests associated, such as strength tests or the lactate threshold, that the appointment might take a little bit longer, maybe an hour and a half. So, this is basically how the VO2 test works. So if there's any questions, just let us know, and then we go from there. Thanks, guys.